put the butter in the fridge or it's going to melt. KUAIMAN with more noise than I've heard for her in her entire career. And we know it's not just the Bruce Lee jacket because every Chinese national team member is wearing one. As you saw Ma Lin there, who will be in her corner or on the bench. KUAIMAN, a left-handed, very smooth up-and-coming player against Hana Goda, who has been showing so much strength on the table. She's fiery, she's unpredictable. Coach Ismail right there next to her for this best-of-5 battle. First player to win 3 games. Played to 11 points, must win by 2, wins the match. Little tail of the table, tuck on in. They've played 3 times before, and KUAIMAN has not been beaten by Hana Goda. So, 15 in the world, KUAIMAN, versus 27 in the world. These 2 relative youngsters we'll tell you more about in a bit. The lefty with quite an impressive record on the WTT stage. Speaking of WTT stage, is no stranger. Patricia Liu, our umpire, will be taking care of the coin toss.
I have red, black. Black for Kwai, red for Goda. Red, Goda, you win the toss. Receive. Which end?
So wearing her heart on her sleeve and getting those sleeves shaken quickly to get the blood flowing, the neck loose, and everything else. So there'll be 2 minutes for this warm-up. I'll get you details about the battle in a bit, but I can tell you a whole lot about Hana Goda. First of all, the reason I say her family name that way is Arabic, having just talked with her coach a little bit. But we'll see as time ticks away here. 20 years old, KUAIMAN, the next generation for Chinese table tennis. Crazy to think who's next when you've got Xia and Wang Manyu, the 2 fighting for a spot at world number 1. Xia has been there over 2 years already, but let's talk about KUAIMAN. Last 3 event results. So the WTT Contender Muscat champion, Star Contender Doha champion, and all the way to the finals in the WTT Contender Muscat 2025. So 2 of those events already this year. That means she's played 2 finals, and she's won half of them in 2025. For many of you just joining, this is the first marquee event, the first grand smash of the first year that will have 4 on the calendar. 17 years old, following in the footsteps of Dina Meshref, the Queen of Africa. Hana Goda has been quite strong. No titles to her name yet, but with plenty of years ahead of her. Those WTT titles do not come easily when you think of how many players from the most dominant continents in the world come together for this moolah right here. What language is moolah? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because it's so much prize money that the fight you're about to see is going to be gritty. Backhand to forehand, a right-handed, left-handed warm-up. You see it in case you're newer to table tennis and curious about the shape of Hana Goda's racket. There are no rules against the shape of the racket. She could come out here with the racket shaped like a unicorn if she wanted. It probably wouldn't help, though. Speaking of help, I'd like to help you cast your fan vote at worldtabletennis.com. 2/3 rounded off to KUAIMAN, or just slightly over if it wasn't rounded off. If there were actually some multiple of 100 votes. Can you imagine that? 200,100 votes came out to be exactly 67.33%. Cast your votes on the WTT app or worldtabletennis.com, where you can follow all of the action. So a fierce forehand in Hana Goda and a lot of creativity. She's got swag, she's got style, and she's got a tough match ahead.
First game, Kwai to serve, love all.
So KUAIMAN to start off the best of 5 with the serves, love all.
1 love.
Bottle challenge serve to start, deep to the backhand, and KUAIMAN demonstrating her speed. How she can stay near the table, recoil so quickly.
Love 2.
Now the grunting that you hear, sort of a rhythmic thing. Many players have their own little mannerisms that help them. Some of them even have delayed grunts. Gutsy serve and a dangerous 3rd ball to follow. It's a left-handed player testing that fast, wide forehand. Getting the ball back a little bit softer to put away. And as soon as KUAIMAN takes control of the rally, she puts it away. Hanagoda starts strong there, using her serves very effectively to get in control. This is a player who's got some clear guidance, meaning she knows exactly what she wants to do from the start. Game plan.
4-1.
Game on for KUAIMAN.
One, 5.
But the idea is right here. Hanagoda has the longer arms of the two. I remember when she was quite tiny, but in the last few years, growth spurts happen at this age. 17 years old Hanagoda. The whole lot of wingspan now, still has the feeling. Oh, the timing, the pace. KUAIMAN phonetically, well, fast, slow, her name, but there's a lot more Kwai, a lot more fast. The timing off that bounce, testing the wingspan and the footwork on the other side.
Left. 1-6.
Heavy spin, spanked back, punished. Go to your room, ball. Sit up like that for me, KUAIMAN. Just butters that one up, short stroke. Second bounce.
1.
Interesting. Could have been after the contact, hitting the table on the way up. Either way, right near that back edge, that's the placement.
1-9.
Surprise, surprise, it's a parallel backhand. KUAIMAN, despite coming to the table against a player with a plan, she's incredibly well prepared, fit, fast, and on top of the scoreboard.
1-10.
With 9 game points to her name. Look how patiently she waits. Doesn't anticipate, no panic.
Left. 1-10.
Again, this is where physical fitness and speed come into play. They allow you the patience to see what happens and react. Forehand does it, puts it away. A dominant game number 1 from KUAIMAN. So China's 20-year-old world ranked number 15, only allowing 1 point from one of the most dominant women in Africa. At 17 years old, Hanagoda will come back with some different plans, some different tactics to see what will work. It's a challenge and it's a steep incline, this uphill battle. But the challenges are what makes the brain really work to stay young. And what makes it so exciting for a player to come to the table. So 11-1, the confirmation of score. Ma Lin sporting that fresh new jersey. So a little look here at all the shots, and the red ones, those shining ones with the little ripples, those are the winning balls from KUAIMAN. An edge ball, that one looks like it's barely even touching the table, but obviously it did. Pretty good mix, deeper to the backhand. Left-handed player will pick that fight when she can.
1 love.
Doesn't miss by much, this long push attempted. Hanagoda equaling her score in game number 1 with the first point. A complete shutout so far. Long way to go. Nice tight serve. Again, this pendulum serve keeps it inside the table for what would have been a second bounce had KUAIMAN waited for it to come off the table.
Love 3.
新年快乐. Happy New Year. Chinese New Year. A liu, a little gift from KUAIMAN. Hanagoda triple, keeping that shutout.
4 love.
Now, one tactic that we'll see out here, and already have from Hanagoda, is making the first shot count. Meaning, It can't be lukewarm. It can't be an 80%.
5 low.
Deception at a max as well. Again, it's not how much spin is on the serve necessarily, but how difficult it is for the opponent to read. I know that birthday, November 4th.
Love 6.
Can't ask for a better, more satisfying towel break than this. But what you can ask for, as Coach Ismail is on his feet there, is to keep this performance up. Getting beaten 11-1 is no fun for anybody. But coming back, it's quite a statement from the start for Hana GODA. And even
7.
behind the table, not an easy position. Mentally, you can feel the stress is different on KUAIMAN than it was in game 1. Think about it. She won 11 out of 12 points no matter where she was in game 1. And with the opponent behind the table, that's not where Hana GODA wants to be, but score-wise, still happy.
8 low.
Can you imagine? It's getting easier and easier to imagine. After being beaten 11-1 in game 0. I'm not superstitious, but still, I will not speak it. Oh, this one. Of all the ones, don't get me wrong. Congratulations, KUAIMAN, for getting on the scoreboard here. But Hana GODA has been in less likely situations to win a point. Still a strong lead.
2-8.
And a bit of a streak here, putting 2 together. KUAIMAN, a long way to go. We've seen some big comebacks. Well, I spoke that one anyway. Not superstitious, with a little bit of support for that.
2-9.
Getting a tighter grip on the steering wheel here. Hana GODA keeping the face dry, making sure no sweat interferes with breathing.
Let. 2-9.
The control these players have, even on lets. Put the ball exactly where they want.
10
Close here.
2.
Whoa. That one came down. Did it? I think it's off the net. I think the score is going to be 3-9. Or 9-3 rather, but yeah,
Sorry.
there it is. Fair play.
9-3.
Hana GODA saying, nope, my ball was out. Beautiful
9-4.
inside the table backhand action. KUAIMAN keeping that laser-like focus. She won the point.
10.
She had to work so hard to get back in this, to chase the entire point. Hana GODA was in response mode. Okay, right from there, that's where it started. KUAIMAN turned it around. And somehow that undying effort to get it back.
5-10.
The 1 game point saved. 5 more to go for Hana GODA.
Let. 5-10.
Remember, Hana GODA has had some very strong receives in this game. Not easy to serve to her. Strawberry,
11-5.
baby strawberry,
Game
deep to the
to
backhand,
GODA.
takes care of business. Now let me tell you, this is the first time in history, in all of their head-to-heads, WTT and otherwise, that Hana GODA has taken a game off of KUAIMAN. And if you can win 1 game, you can win 1 more. So the fight will continue. It's tied up. 2 dominant wins, 11-1 for KUAIMAN and 11-5 for Hana GODA. So far, the highest, most spinny shot there is in this match. But we've only played 2 games so far. Here's a look at the ball direction, not just the placement on the table, but where they are going. These are shots, well, funny, even a backspin ball is going to continue this direction. But you can see how the side spin varies here and there, looking out to that wide forehand. Balls kicking and bouncing in different directions at any given moment. Clever play. A lot of wingspan to get past here, but the bread and butter of many lefties is that step around forehand, 1 and 2. Short stroke, a little seatbelt action from the safe driver in that point, KUAIMAN. A little bit off the top of the net. KUAIMAN raises her hand to say, my bad. The game is so fast, especially the women's game. Hana Goda wearing her heart on her sleeve.
Love 3.
So they go back and forth here. 3-0 start for KUAIMAN. On the receive, getting the first point. The angle right back to where it came from. Lightning striking twice in the same place. It's unpredictable. It's unlikely. Well, KUAIMAN's done it a few times so far. It's tough when you come off of a game where you win the first 8 points and then can't win 1 in the first 5 of the next. You can understand the frustration, but KUAIMAN, 15 in the world.
Love 6.
And I would say that doesn't even do her justice. You have to remember, world rankings are global. Coach Ismail there. Son is a table tennis player, 9-year-old Ismail. Same first and family name. Not super common, as far as I know, but probably more common than I realized.
Love 6.
Back from party time, business time. There it is, as wide as can be. Hana Goda enters the scoreboard by exiting the table with the red line. Using the wingspan to take it early.
7-1.
Perfectly into the middle. I had a fun conversation over dinner just before this with some of the crew about the advantages and disadvantages of being tall in table tennis. One of the disadvantages is that midsection is a bigger crossover, tougher to defend.
8-1.
Hana Goda gets a lot of racket speed with that backhand. If she makes the contact the way she wants, the ball's going to be dangerous. But KUAIMAN making it uncomfortable. Moves a bit over to the forehand side for this serve. Right from the middle of the table, it's the pendulum in the third ball attack. Sounded like there was a little conversation starting with Hana Goda. Maybe just to make sure she didn't walk too far from the table.
1-10.
Patricia Liu doing a good job to make sure that players don't stall or delay. 9 game points for KUAIMAN to get a 2-1 lead.
11-1.
Wouldn't be surprised if that equals a card, a business card or a yellow card for the business that just went down. But KUAIMAN, for the second time this match, has only allowed 1 point from her opponent. And considering the level of Hana Goda, that's a clean sweep. Interesting. It's interesting how behavior changes between associations. What's allowed on the Chinese team. 11-5 in the second, but 11-1 in the first and third. KUAIMAN leads. So coming up next, we've got table tennis royalty. We've got the young world's top pen holder, Félix Lebrun of France. And who will he be playing against? A young shining star, Gao Cheng-rui for the Chinese Taipei team, practicing smashing his lobs right now. 2 very fast players. You won't want to miss it. Whether you're royalty or not, I know that will be a hot ticket to have to watch live. And if you're hearing this commentary, chances are you're watching it live, not in stadium, but you've got incredible views of the action.
Misbehavior.
There's the yellow card, the business. So what does that mean? It means it's a warning.
GODA to serve, love all.
And if Hana GODA does that again, gets another yellow card, it'll be yellow-red, and it'll cost her a point.
1 love.
1 point means a lot at this level. Think about it. Games 1 and 3, that's all she took away. That's all she put in the pocket. Still, she's got a game on the scoreboard, turned a new leaf in her career. There's the pressure. The forehand I spoke of beforehand. Hana GODA, very strong in the forehand. Forehand flick, not an easy shot, but as a taller player, it's a key weapon. Got the wingspan, use it in 360 degrees. Maybe not behind you unless you have to. Clean as can be. Long push, and KUAIMAN drops the racket. Perfect read on the spin. I thought it was an uncomfortable ball. Could have been. A little bit of side, not much other spin on it. So 2 points apiece here. This is pattern-wise Hana GODA's game to get the better score of the two. Not a game has been close yet, but overall the match is. I watched this wondering, we've got a wonderful camera angle there to appreciate where the ball is being played. Hana GODA right there, instead of going to the deep corner, a little bit more in front of the body of her opponent.
2-4.
Now it's a risk versus reward situation. Hana GODA up by 2. When she plays the ball wide, unless it's out of reach, it also allows for a bigger stroke, faster, more confident stroke from KUAIMAN. So she will play the ball a little bit more into the body from time to time, forcing a weaker shot. Bottle challenge. Deep to that backhand. This ball gets a good view of the floor as it passes by. It's good to see some African royalty watching close in the background, and a timeout now on GODA's side. After 1 point taken out of the towel break, she's still in front. Hana GODA back to the table after Hisham Ismail, her coach, has a little conversation to try and keep her confident and in front. Again, short rallies, quality openings. If you have to push, as soon as you get the opening, be ready. Put that extra percentage in so that you stay in control of the points. Oh, and a flick does it. This is a fine balance. Again, Hana GODA, if she's not able to keep the ball short, she can't get a confident opening attack, is going to do everything she can to put the pressure on. Behind the table, it's the spin game. Table tennis is a game of rhythm, and the women's game is faster than the men's game, so rhythm break is incredibly effective by contrast. Hana GODA covers the elbow well with the backhand in that rally. Ooh.
4-6.
I'd like to see that one again. It comes off the top of the net, hits the table. If it hits the clamp of the net, which it might have, there's still a chance, but that ball, a long way to go to get to that.
5-6.
Baby Strawberry doesn't bother KUAIMAN. She plays it well herself. Last time there was a similar score line. Timeout was called, but each player only gets one timeout per match. Bottle challenge for days. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Mark Twain, no, he didn't say that, but look, who knows? 6 points apiece. Again, this bottle challenge serve that you see from a righty to a lefty or vice versa, deep and long to the backhand. It's shocking what a high percentage of the time KUAIMAN has used that serve.
7-6.
A much more common serve would be the placement you just saw. Because you've got the length of the table, there's more space to work with. Easier to control. A little safer in quotes.
6-8.
And Hana Guda using it quite well, you could say. 2 serves in a row. Similar placement on the table. Sets up a 2-point lead. Belief is powerful. For the first time ever, Hana Guda took 1 game. She knows she's capable now. Looking to do it in a second time here.
7-8.
To send it to a decider, but KUAIMAN making her campaign a comeback. No game has been this close yet. Yalla, she says, let's go. Come on. Ready for the bottle challenge this time. She doesn't leave early, and Hana Guda making Guda of that serve. Backhand opening, cross court. You can see how much she got the body into that. Leaning forward and then springing back. Clever idea, but the hot potato's electric out here. Again, the ball, such variation, so much spin on these first 2 shots. It's an emoji in itself. Shallow on the bottle challenge, a taste of her own medicine, and it is 2 game points for Hana Guda at the 3rd towel break. Serves with KUAIMAN if she can get through the first.
Left. 8-10.
Just a reminder, even under pressure, how precise these serves have to be, the risks that have to be taken.
Left. 8-10.
No limits in the let game. How many times you can hit the top of the net and have the serve go into your opponent's side. Fast long the kicker. From the Bruce Lee jacket to the Kung Fu serve. The ball with the top and side spin accelerating on its 2nd bounce. Leaves a lip licking on the other side, and 1 game point saved. Down the line on top of the bounce. KUAIMAN, as quick as can be, saves 2. That's right. 2 game points to tie it up here, sending it to deuce. Clever play. KUAIMAN out to the forehand like she did early on. What can I do? Alternating serves now. As fast as that forehand is, KUAIMAN handles, keeps the racket high, and redirects. 3 points in a row under pressure from KUAIMAN. It's a long stroke, that big forehand. A lot to recover from, all that power. Compactness, a big part of the game. KUAIMAN with match point. Down the line, she does it. KUAIMAN, 4 points in a row to finish to make sure that there is no decider. This is what the future holds for China. KUAIMAN with a strong performance. Hana Guda breaking personal bests here. Quite a response. 1 very close game to finish after 3 games that were not close, including the one that Hana Guda won. 11-5 that second, but KUAIMAN too strong she shuts out one of the leading players for Africa, Hana Gouda of Egypt. We look forward to much more of you. But here in the women's singles, we'll be seeing more of KUAIMAN. Her fast play, her efficient step-arounds, her ability to adapt, and the fight that she brings inside the Infinity Arena time and time again. Well, to summarize, 39-23, quite a strong performance from KUAIMAN. 25 minutes of play, the serve success. You can see just over 150% of that of her opponents. And point-wise, it all makes sense. Remember, Hana Gouda had 10-8 in the fourth. This one could have come down to the wire. And if you want to see how the youth of Team China, the most dominant team in table tennis, performs, watch them under pressure. Game 5, just don't spend too much time in Game 5. Rarely are they taken there. I'd love to hear what KUAIMAN has to say. We're again 20 years old, the next generation. Let's hear from KUAIMAN down on court after that impressive win.
Congratulations. Great match, very close match. Share with us, how did you get through that match at the end there?
首先，恭喜蒯曼获得这场比赛的胜利，非常精彩的一场比赛。在关键分时是怎么处理拿下胜利的呢？
我觉得还是坚定自己赛前的战术吧，然后不管比分多少，都要坚定的出手吧，然后只要想到了就大胆去做。
So, firstly, I think it's being determined. I came in with a very good tactic before the match. Regardless of whether I'm trailing or losing, I just hope to be able to execute my plan.
It's been a few years since you've played Singapore Smash. Share with us how you've improved, what you've done to get to where you are now, Mandy.
快曼，你也有好几年没有参加新加坡大满贯了，最近你的状态也是非常的好，能和我们分享一下你是怎么做到的呢？
距离我上次在新加坡参加比赛已经是3年前了吧。对，然后在中间我的状态也有，这期间我的状态也有起起落落吧。然后可能在最近的时候，我自己从各方面都调整的比较好吧，所以才有现在这么相对还不错的一个状态吧。对。
So, from my last Singapore Smash, it's been 3 years already. Between these years, I have ups and downs in my form, but recently, after adaptation, I feel that I'm in a better shape and in a better form.
Better shape you are. We loved watching you play tonight. Good luck in your next round, and we look forward to seeing you there.
再次恭喜你，期待你的下一场表现。谢谢。谢谢。
So there you have it, KUAIMAN.